Hello there, a very good evening, and we begin with breaking news. We can reveal details of a Sky News leaders event called the Battle for Number 10, which will take place next Wednesday, the 12th of June, with Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer in our election target town of Grimsby. Let's go to Grimsby. Tom Parminter is there for us. And Tom, a great opportunity for people in this marginal seat to hear directly from the leaders.
Yes, it is confirmed. Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer both will be in Grimsby this time next week for what will be another key part of this general election as they take part in, as you say, the Sky News event that will be centred on this town on the Lincolnshire coast, which is where we have been reporting all year. Our target towns of Grimsby and Cleethorpes will be crucial indicators of just which way the election is going. Two constituencies being merged together into one currently held by the Conservatives, the other both held by the Conservatives, Labour desperately trying to get back hold of this traditional Labour territory, this fishing port on the East Coast. The Battle for Number 10 format is very interesting, and of course lots of negotiations going on to make sure that the parties can come together. It will be different to what we saw in the debate last night, which was head-to-head. The Battle for Number 10 on Sky News will allow viewers to get the full story. This is the release that has just been put out. It says that leaders will look to pitch to voters in an in-depth interview before answering questions from the audience, and that audience will be put together by locals from here in Grimsby and Cleethorpes and also from other parts of the country as well. It will be this time next week at 7:30 on Wednesday evening. There will be full Sky News coverage through the day from our target towns in the build-up and after the event next Wednesday evening. And it will be an unmissable moment in this election as Grimsby becomes the first town away from the major cities to host this kind of major political moment. We will hear, as we've said there, from people in Grimsby, and through the reporting that we've done this year as part of the Target Town series, we've seen that this place, yes, has its own backstory that is unique with the move from the fishing industry. This used to be the biggest fishing port in the world at one stage. The move away from that industry to a new future. Lots of questions around that, but also it is a microcosm of the issues that face families and businesses up and down the country. The cost of living, the NHS, what are politicians doing to try and rebuild trust with the electorate? Many things that we have heard over the course of the last few months. And I think the key thing from it, having been here for so much of that time, is that people here tell it like it is, and people will not hold back when the leaders are in Grimsby this time next week. And it will be fascinating to see just how the leaders respond to that direct questioning from the people, which has been at the very heart of our reporting through the Target Town series this year.
Yes, Tom, and you've spent a lot of time in the region in recent days, and as you say, the people there are straight talking. They're going to keep these leaders on the ropes, aren't they?
I think will be the key part of the special event next week. The Battle for Number 10 will bring a lot of national focus on this small town on the East Coast, and it will be something of that political circus that we see in other parts of the country coming to here, which is a town that a lot of people have told us that they feel has been forgotten. It's at the end of the line or the start of the sea, whichever way you look at it. But a town that needs attention, a town that really demands answers about what the future holds, which direction it wants to go in. The push towards renewables will certainly be something that I think comes up, and those broader issues that affect families up and down the country. We've spoken to teenagers, to small business owners, to families, to people trying to just get through every day because they can't make the money stretch, and also pensioners as to the generational divide that we've seen open up through the early stages of this election campaign. Well, it will all be in the spotlight next week as the Battle for Number 10 reaches that moment of having the leaders in this town answering the questions and in those in-depth interviews, and also facing the public directly to try to get to really the nub of what these two men are about. Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer were quite tetchy in that head-to-head debate that we saw last night. This will be a different feeling event with the people very much at the heart of that, the people of Grimsby that we've been speaking to through the course of this year, to try to really drill down into the leaders, their policies and their promises. And that is one of the things we've heard repeatedly here through the course of this year. The policies are one thing, the promises are one thing, but it is the delivery of those things that really matters. And just to take one issue, levelling up, which is something we hear here and in other parts of the country as well, of course. Where is the evidence of levelling up? That too will be an issue that has been discussed with us at length, really, through the last few months, and I'm sure will feature next Wednesday night. So the breaking news this evening is that the show is on here in Grimsby next Wednesday night. Both parties have now confirmed that they will take part, and Sky News will host special coverage throughout the day from Grimsby and Cleethorpes in the build-up to that crucial event in the evening.